A claps.
The do T Squad, it's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea All Shade Chrisean and Blueface Crazy in Love Season 1 Episode 6. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only and not to be taken seriously. So if that works for you, then let's get into tonight's review. Tonight's episode was the season finale. Don't know if they'll be getting a season 2. If you haven't been following the news, Chrisean says that she's pregnant by Blueface. He's denying that the baby is his. Literally today, footage came out from the night she revealed that she was pregnant, of her in the streets fighting some girls. He's standing right there. He gets in a car. She's being dragged, and then she's on top of the girl. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And considering how much she says that she wants a family, I'm like, why are you out here in the streets at night brawling? Make it make sense, Chrisean. But this child is just all over the place. So in this episode, they go out on a date with one another. They go to this, nice restaurant. She's drunk. He didn't threw back a few, but she is clearly inebriated. And he asks her how she feels about the meeting with his mom, sister, and brother. And she was like, she really don't care for real. She says, she just don't want to talk to nobody. Like, she good. So he feels like he's blamed for everything because he's the man, and she feels he cares but acts like he don't. And I'm like, girl, quit trying to be this man's savior and save yourself. So he says that he will never be cool with his family like that. Like I said, he has trauma from how he was raised by his mom and his father. He says he's closer now to the father than he is the mother, but it's obvious that he has a lot going on with him as well. And he asked, what does she think about therapy? And she was like, people like you don't need therapy. You know what you want. She feels like they can fix themselves. And obviously they cannot. They need all the help they can get. And I wish that she would be open to help, but she's just not there. So she starts to cry because, she's been drinking, and this girl is just one big teardrop. Like, she has had so much trauma in her life that she doesn't even know where to place it, what to do with it. And she masks all that pain with the drinking, with the smoking, with the acting out, with the outbursts, with the fighting and all of that stuff. And it's not getting her anywhere but further down a hole. So she says that, being with him is like a dream. And I'm like, if that's a dream, child, give me all the nightmares. Give me all the nightmares, child. No, ma'am. So they talking about their relationship stuff. And she was like, we're not in a real relationship. You want your cake and eat it too. I got to be a yes man. And I don't want to be like all the other bitchs. I don't want to be your girlfriend. I want to be your rock. Girl, once again, stop trying to be this man's savior, be his end all, be his mama, be his protector. Like, girl, you have to protect you. Especially with the type of family that you came from, you don't have nobody but yourself. So how are you giving everything that you do have to somebody else? What do you have for you? Obviously nothing at this point. So after that, they go to see Dr. Ish. She comes with a drink, child, with a Red Bull, already been drinking. He been drinking, but it's always that he can handle his liquor. She cannot. Like, she gets drunk. You know what I'm saying? So they get in there to talk to Dr. Ish. She's sitting all on this man's lap. I mean, the ghetto of it all. And so he asks to speak to Chrisean first. So she's hesitant. She don't want him to leave. She want to, hit the blunt before they talk. And he like, nah, sit down or whatever. She like, because she doesn't want to go there. She does not want to dredge up all of the pain and the things that she's gone through, because I feel like she thinks if I don't have to think about it or speak about it, it doesn't exist, but it is existing in every bit of her being. Dr. Ish asks her, what has been the hardest part of all this? And she was like, forgetting yourself. And I'm like, that goes back to everything that I just said. Like, she puts her all into him, that she has nothing left for herself. Dr. Ish says, what's going good between you and Blue? And she stalls because there is nothing good between them two. And she's trying to figure out something in her head to say that this relationship is good, and it isn't. But of course, she does not want to admit that. So she just says everything, which is just such a generic answer, because she knows deep down inside that this relationship is horrendous. So Dr. Ish says, what's going on when it's not going good? And she was like, I got to take a deep breath and go numb real quick when he on the gram kissing another chick. And I thought we had an understanding, and I flip out and do things to catch his attention. But that's only because I want things my way. And I don't even think it's like a spoiled thing when she says she wants things her way. I think that means for her, because she wants them to be in a relationship. She wants them to be more than what they actually are. You know what I'm saying? And when he shows her that they are exactly what they are, which is really nothing, and that they have literally just a business relationship, she tries to force that narrative to give her a reason to stick around. You know what I'm saying? She wants to believe in this thing so bad that like she is willing to do anything and everything to make it be true. And it's just not, and it's truly sad that she feels like she has to put herself through all of that just to be loved and liked and wanted by someone. But he wants her for all the wrong reasons. So she drinking in the middle of the session. And Dr. Ish says, it seems like you fight for everything. And Chrisean says, it's not that bad. Dr. Ish says, what do you want from this? She says, it's for it to be us and not them. Sometimes it's us and them. Like, she wants it to just be him and her, for them to have this family and ride off into the sunset. She does not want him to be with other girls, even though she says she don't care, but obviously she does. Like, she wants this more than anything. And I feel like if this does not work out for this child, oh my God, I just see darkness. I really honestly do. And I hate saying that because I don't want to speak negativity into the atmosphere, but it's just what I see. I see, like I said, DMX, Amy Winehouse, like those types of people. When I look at her and I just see nothing but doom, and I hate that because once again, this girl has so much potential, and he has so much potential. He's a handsome guy. He could have been a model. He could have had so many brand deals and stuff. He could have really gone far. He's an intelligent dude. He's not dumb by far. He just uses his smarts in the wrong way, and they're both squandering all of the potential that they have. So Dr. Ish asks her, what do you want? And she was like, a family. I did have a family, but I lost it. My mom went through some things with my dad. Then she got on drugs and forgot about us, but not really. And, the consequences of that were homelessness and neglect, which is sad. And how she's only 21, 22 years old. She hasn't dealt with that. She doesn't even know probably how to deal with all of that. So to know that she has a home, over a house, clothes, somewhere stable, that's probably another reason why she stays with him, because he represents some form of stability, whether it's negative or not. So Dr. Ish was like, how old were you when this happened? And she was like, out the womb. So this is all she knows. She don't know positivity. She doesn't know that love doesn't hurt. She's only been objected to the negative parts of, affection and discipline and all of those things. So she says that her dad was abusive and hit her sisters, and he would take her mom to the woods and tie her up and ask them questions. And if they didn't answer right, he slapped them in the face. Like, that's torture. That's literally, that's some Lifetime movie type stuff. Like, she literally has a Lifetime movie story. Like, cause that's crazy. So, Dr. Ish is taken aback, and cause she's sitting there acting like, oh, it's nothing. And no, it's not nothing. Like, what? So she's, said that, she's had days where she just don't even want to move. And I'm like, cause you suffer from depression, darling. You suffer from depression. She probably got so many neuroses and don't even know it. So she asks, is it over? And he was like, yeah, we're done. And he asked her, has she ever talked to someone like him before? And she was like, yeah, in school or whatever, school counselor. And I really firmly believe if she had more sessions like this, maybe it would help her. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it would, because right about now, it just seems like she is a lost cause. So then it is Blue's turn. And Dr. Ish asks him, how is it like, what is it like to deal with her? Like, how does he do this? And he was like, I just try to mentor her, try to be there for her or whatever. And, he drinking out of a cup. I don't know if he was drinking liquor or what, but he seemed like he was, in his right mind or whatever. So Dr. Ish says, you have this woman that's super into you. She literally has your face on her body. And he smirks because he loves it. He loves that she has him over her body. Like, it's like almost a worshiping thing. You know what I'm saying? So Dr. Ish was like, of course it feels good, but I think you also know that stuff ain't sustainable. What do you love most about her? And he was like, that she's affectionate, but I don't like how emotional she is, because that is a lot to deal with. Somebody that's constantly up and down, and you don't really know what you're going to get at what second. Because one minute she could be laughing, next minute she can be going off, the next minute she can be crying. Like, I think she might even be bipolar. You never even know. A manic depressive. Like, she has so much going on with her. And for him, he's just emotionally cut off. He's just emotionally stunted. He don't even know what to do with himself. He is just a walking tombstone, to be honest with you. He's so battered and messed up in the brain. So, Dr. Ish says, I see that she tries to make others responsible for how she feels. How do you handle that? And Blue was like, see, like he ended up giving him a 5, like, oh my God, somebody else sees what I see. And he's like, I put less energy into it. And Dr. Ish was like, does that work? And obviously it does not work. So Dr. Ish was like, she's trying to connect to you. She's looking for any kind of evidence that you don't like her or love her enough for her to be okay. And when that happens, she gets triggered. And when she's triggered, she goes boom. So when you pull back, that scares her even more. You got to recognize her patterns so you can start calling the play before you get the emotion you don't want. And he was like, why do I have to do that? And he was like, because this is who you got. Like, this is the type of woman that you have. So that's why you have to do it. If you don't want to do that, then you need to leave her alone, sir, because this lady comes with so much baggage. That's just like she got to put up with you being unemotional, emotionally unavailable. Like, come on now. This is what you want. This is what you're going to have to deal with. So he reveals that, he's closer to his father right now than his mom. And he says that, his mom tries to act like his girlfriend. And Dr. Ish was like, what? And he was like, not in the, like an incestual type of thing, but it's like, it's a control thing. Like, she wants to be the dominant person, be the woman that controls everything in his life. So Dr. Ish says, what do you want from this? And he was like, I just want her to grow up, talking about Chrisean. Both of them then joined Dr. Ish to have a group session, and Dr. Ish asked Chrisean how many tattoos of him does she have, and she was like 7. He was like, why? And at first, she's hesitant to answer. She doesn't really want to say why. And then she just throws out some BS and says, because I was bored. And so Blue was like, that's why you did it? Because you was bored? She's like, babe. And Dr. Ish was like, come on, Chrisean, that makes 0 sense. You have his face on your neck. That's saying something. So then she finally says, it says that I'm his. But I'm like, girl, that doesn't say that you're his. No, that says that you're a fool. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Like, yeah, you're showing the world that you're his, but is he showing the world that he's yours? No. Oh, my goodness. So I wish he would have said that to her. I really wish he would have. So Dr. Ish said, so that's the truth. Okay, just be open and honest. That's what we're here for. So he asks Blue, how do you feel about that? And he was like, it's not hard not to like, because once again, he likes that she worships him and praises him that way, because he didn't get that type of love and affection from his own mama. Preach. So Dr. Ish says, you are different in a lot of ways, but you both are alike in a lot of ways. When I asked you both what you want from this, neither one of you could give a straight answer, but both of you say you want something for the other person, but both of you struggle with what you want from this, because they don't even know what they're doing at this point. They just going through the motions, child. So Chrisean starts laughing because she gets uncomfortable, because the truth is being forced in her face and she doesn't want to deal with it. So she starts to act out like she always does, by laughing and being dismissive and saying she don't want to do it no more and acting like a child. Dr. Ish is like, come on, Chrisean, be an adult. And he was like, when you do the emotional outburst, he says that he gives it less energy, so he pulls away. And she was like, babe, you can pull away. I don't care. And you do care. That's why you acting this way, because you don't want to hear the truth. So Dr. Ish was like, you have 7 tattoos of him and he pulls away and you act like you don't care. You're working real hard not to go deep. There's a lot of emotion there. And he says he sees it several times a day. So once again, she shuts down. She turns her back. She scrolling through her phone, just being disrespectful and acting like a kid. So Chrisean was like, when he brings other women in the picture, I feel like it's a risk to us and I'm very territorial. Like, why would I have to deal with that part? And Dr. Ish was like, ask him that question. Look at him and ask that question. She shuts down again, because once again, she does not want to know the answer to that. She does not want to hear it, because if she hears it, then she's going to have to be faced with the truth, and she does not want to face the truth. So Dr. Ish says, do you have an open relationship? And Chrisean was like, he get to do what he want to do, but I just got to be cool with it. And Dr. Ish says, is that accurate? Blue says, not necessarily. And Chrisean was like, no, I got to be a good girl. I don't like this. It's uncomfortable. I got to drink. And she just trying to escape this whole situation. And the session is over. They leave. They kissing each other. Nothing was accomplished, really. Nothing was really gained. And it was more of the same afterwards, and we see where things have ended up in current time, with her allegedly being pregnant, him denying the baby, his mama on social media instigating into it, being a kid and doing too much. There's more fighting, there's more verbal abuse back and forth and gaslighting, and it's just a pocket of mess. It really honestly is, and it's sad. This show, if anything, was, like I said, a showcase to show young people, old people, no matter what age you are, that this is not love. This is toxicity. This is everything that you don't want in a relationship. This is a show of a cautionary tale of what not to do in a relationship, how not to be in a relationship, red flags, men and women to run away from. That's what this show, if anything, was good for, because other than that, I don't really understand the purpose of this show. They tried to throw in the counselor, but I feel like one session wasn't good enough. It should have been a counselor throughout this whole show, but it is what it is. I don't know if we'll be getting a season 2 or not. I don't think that there should be a season 2, because this was a lot emotionally on me. It reminded me a lot of the things that I've gone through in the past, what I've seen other girls go through in the past. And it was just sad to see, these 2 kids that have, like I said, so much potential squander it, really. So that was my season finale review of Chrisean and Blueface, Crazy in Love. Overall, I will give the series, I don't even know. I don't want to give it an A, because it was entertaining, but it was entertaining in such a negative way. So I'm just going to give this a minus sign, period, because I don't even know how to feel about it. I really honestly don't. Let me know how y'all feel about the show. What did you think about the season finale down below in the comment section? Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.